NFL. And the focus is on the Thunderbirds' superstar running back. He's coming off a track meet kind of week, just a bunch of yards and frequent trips to the end zone. It's the Thunderbirds and the Bengals, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us north of the border in the beautiful city of Toronto, Canada. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals and the Toronto Thunderbirds. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Toronto ball club as they enter play here. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass. So he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Play action this time with Love. They'll roll him out right. Throws right side, and that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. First down, going to the air with Love. And his throw is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like Benz were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Thunderbirds are on the board first here this afternoon. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Yeah, now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The numbers for Mixon last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Open man is Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals 1st down as he'll get this down to the 47-yard line. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down. Burrow looking to pass. He completes it to Boyd. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Here we go. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
1-1, ready? 11, mighty, 12.
Here's Burrow. That is incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 2nd and 10.
11 empty.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
McPherson's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing in 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Inside the 20. Touchdown! A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Thunderbirds are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
That's on the guard, Alex Kappa. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now it's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
11, 90, 12.
First down. Here's Burrow. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Short throw to Smith. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. His throw caught. What about the 5? And the Bengals are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mixon is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd down, here's Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. And oh, it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. A throw on the money there to Doolin. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Love looking to throw it. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Can't really fault the coverage. The ball was tipped and popped up in the air, but they were unable to complete the tip drill for the interception.
play fake. Here's Love. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out, continue to throw the ball effectively.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Burrow on play action. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Able to find Higgins. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. And Burrow going to throw again. Catch is made here by Earl Smith Jr. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Here we go.
Now Burrow steps up, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Burrow with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and the lead is up to 5. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just going to heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out and doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On play action, Love to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A solid stiff arm. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 124 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Right back to him on first down. And he'll go down shy of 40 at the 41. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 41-yard line.
On second down, they'll run it here. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Love, they go play action now. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great play there. 42 yards. And the Thunderbirds have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
They were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for two. Love throwing for it. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Nixon hit, and all the ball is out. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back to Toronto. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll leave them with third and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Powers through. 51 yards on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Toronto's offense ready to take over. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down to the floor.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And defensively, they were in zone covers there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2 yards to go, second down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it down to the plane of the 37.
151 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Bust through the tackle. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he is going to have a 1st down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Love looking to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point attempt to come here. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a 13-play drive in total. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So Burrow and the Bengals down by 10, 54 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a 1st down. That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down. Throwing, Burrow.
Staying on his feet, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And that pick 6, that was the first turnover forced by the defense in this ballgame, CD.
And what's even better is when they finally forced one, they kept the effort up and were able to return it for a score. They could hear their defensive coaches saying to them, hey, getting the interception's great. Can you do more with it? Turn it into a big play. And they did exactly that.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Well, that one too wide and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Fielded just inside the 30.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen.